punches off nicely. Hi there everyone. Today we're driving a 2024 Lexus IS350. I want to say a huge thank you and shout out to Olivia over at Bobby Rahal Lexus of Mechanicsburg, PA for providing me this car. I will attach her information at the very right hand corner side of the video, so if you're on the market for a Lexus and you actually want to get a great deal, feel free to reach out to her. She's got some cool cars and she will help you out. But let's get this IS350 started up. Now I have a video of a 2006 IS250 on my channel. I've never driven the 350, and one thing that I noticed here right away is just this huge lump, like a big tunnel lump right here. So I'm pretty much forced to keep my leg either really forward, and I can't really move it back. So that's the first thing that I will point out. But we also got a CD player, 2024 classic. But let's go take a look outside and take this IS350 for a drive. Now this right here is the F Sport package. As you can see, it has those IS500 wheels. They look the same to me, at least. It's a solid looking sedan. It definitely has a very appealing exterior. I like the lines, I like the proportions. I think the mirrors look stunning. Black grille. Also the black mirrors, as Audi likes to call it, the black optics package. Let's see what it's called here. I'm guessing you want the F Sport. So this car is $58,000, $58,800. It's got 311 horsepower. As you can see, here's all the information. This one has the navigation with the Mark Levinson audio, power moonroof, which is also an option. It's called the blackout package. That is what they call it, the blackout package. So every brand calls it differently. BMW calls it Shadowline, Audi calls it black optics, and here it's called what is the blackout package. Also automatic tilt telescoping wheel, which is super cool. But let's check out the engine. Now this engine has been, I'd say, pretty much forever at Lexus. It's naturally aspirated, 3.5 liter. Lots of similarities to the Camry V6, and I'm still glad that somebody out there on the market still makes engines like this. But let's check out the trunk now. Also, this is the lump that I was talking about. Look at how huge it is. It's like a pimple. Okay, let's check out the trunk. The trunk is actually quite large for this kind of class. You can fit a lot of stuff, but the height is not the biggest. But not bad at all. We also got the first aid kit. Let's check out the rear seat. Soft touch material, of course. I love the two-tone leather. The leather feels incredibly luxurious. Okay, so getting in here, I'm 6'2", so it definitely feels a little bit cramped, but you know, I can still manage to sit here. It's not that bad. I can definitely tolerate the ride. We got our cup holders here, I'm guessing. Oh, like that, yeah. Ta-da. Black headliner with some lights. There we go. Feels nice overall. We also got the vents. Luckily, Lexus put them here like that. Let's make the circulation better. All right, well, let's go check out the front seat now. Check out some features of this IS. Usually the materials in all these Lexuses are very good. They're high quality. Also like these squiggly rotational deflectors. So sitting here behind the wheel of this IS350, Seats feel great, very comfortable, very refined. We got ventilation, heat, heated steering wheel, snow mode, traction, different driving modes, I'm guessing. This is custom, eco, sport, sport plus, and I guess this is, where's the normal mode? So this is custom and this is normal. Okay, we got the CD player, dual zone climate, a classy clock. I like that. Nicely stitched, soft touch dashboard. Little glove box. It's very tiny. You can only put so much in there. Classical USBs, not the C's, not the C type, just the regular ones. Power outlet. And then this is the parking brake. Interesting place to put the parking brake at. So today's test drive is actually going to be a little bit different. We are going to go do some 0 to 60 testing first, and then we're going to head off on the drive. That way the car is not overheated and we can get some decent numbers. Also, let's check out the backup camera. I wonder why it's not full screen. That is what I'm trying to understand. Quality, a little bit hazy, definitely hazy. But let's get started. We got a floor mounted pedal. And gosh, is this lump next to the pedal annoying. Ugh. That's my only complaint so far. It's just this lump right next to my leg. And I'm hitting it all the time. It's just there. And it's giving me that claustrophobic feel. But let's go do the 0 to 60s. All right, so let's start out with our 0 to 60 testing. We're gonna do probably 2 tests. There's really no need to do more. All right, let's reset the Draggy and the RaceBox 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Punches off nicely. Sounds really good. Alrighty. Perfect. So we did 0 to 60 in 7.03 seconds valid. 0 to 62 in 7.36. 1/8 mile in 9.74 at 73.67. Okay, so those are our results here. Okay, no problem. So we'll do one more run that way, and then I will try to disable stability and traction, see if we can do any better. But yeah, I mean, 7 seconds, I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit quicker than that. All right, 3, 2, 1. It starts off very nicely. Like, it has good pickup. 6.9. So we did 6.84 by Draggy. Again, not bad, not bad. 6.84, not a bad time. All right, let's disable, I guess, this. Traction control is off. And we will try to do it with a little bit of brake boosting, see if that changes anything. But I mean, I at least want to do mid 6s, you know, but that's okay. Let's come out here. We're gonna let the traffic away. All right, Draggy and RaceBox are ready. Yeah, that was a good start. Alrighty, excellent. So here we are. 0 to 60 in 6.67 with the traction off and brake boost. 0 to 62 is 6.98. And the 1/8 mile is 9.6 at 73.86, and the 40 to 80 is 7.34. So here is the performance of the IS350 in real life conditions. We are at sea level, so it's not like we're in the mountains or anything. Again, same thing. So here you go. These are the real times of this car. Definitely don't see any mid 5s here. No high 5s. It's mid 6s is really where it's at. on a normal day. Obviously, if it was winter time, you know, quarter of a tank, favorable road with a nicer incline, because here it's just the most honest straightaway I could find. You could probably hit like low 6 on an ideal day, but mid 6 is where it tops out on a day like this. But this summarizes our performance section. Let's go hit the highway and have some fun. So one of the things that I will notice, I really like the way this engine sounds. It has a very deep, pronounced tone when you give it gas, and it just continues going and going. It pulls very hard at highway speed. What is that car flying behind us back there? But you definitely do have to give it some more RPMs to get moving quickly, because it's not a turbo. It doesn't have that low end super punchy torque. You got to give it some RPMs, let the engine breathe, and then once you're at like 2.5, 3, that's where it really starts to like wake up. 3.5, which is good. But I do really appreciate this kind of engine. It's a forgotten relic, these naturally aspirated V6s. They make you work for the power, but they are super linear, and the power curve is nice. It's a good power curve. Predictable, easy to drive. You know exactly what to expect every single time from the car. Because with the turbos, sometimes you may get a little too much punch, sometimes you want more. But here, every single time you press the gas, it gives you the same predictable response. No surprises. Yeah, I really like this drive-wise. I would be super curious to drive the IS500 someday. Obviously, it will probably be faster than this, for sure. But this already is super plenty for me, at least. I'm not asking for any more power. This is great. The one thing I wish if it had a normal tunnel here without this lump next to my leg, because this has been bothering me the whole time. I still can't get over it. That car flew. Like, he just disappeared out of sight. Also, great ride. It's planted, it's comfy, it's smooth, and the chassis, it's a very good chassis. Maneuverable. The blinkers are something to get used to, because they will not automatically dim. You gotta like tap them back, so it's a little more tricky. You gotta either just touch them a little bit, so they're a 3-time indicator, or if you tap them and you press it once, you gotta like, yeah, boom, like that. You gotta press them back. All right, let's go take the freeway now. This IS has very good handling, pretty much like the 2006 that I drove. Same feel, same cornering. It's stable. It's very stable, I feel like. The driving dynamics here are great. Nice. It can sure hustle. It gets up to speed, no problem. Let's go to normal. At 80, we're about at 2200 RPMs, which is good. Means it's going to be very efficient. 76, you don't feel like you're going too fast. Feels maybe like 55. Definitely needs some more RPMs for passing. It will shoot up to 3.5, 4 something when you try to pass. But very nice, very sufficient power. I would say there's plenty of power here. but I actually want to keep it on Sport S because I just love the way the gauges look in Sport S Plus. They have just that kind of LFA inspired speedometer. Road noise is not bad, although I do hear the tires on the road somewhat. So I would say this is a good competitor to per se the 330i, the Volvo S60. This is a very good, decent competitor that offers a lot for the money. You get a lot of cool little features here and ventilated seats and a great engine too. Now I am getting used to this infotainment. It is a little bit different. Haven't really figured it out yet. Oh well. Definitely a great engine. That I like. Also, if the car doesn't want to downshift to the lowest gear, you're always welcome to use the paddles. They work great. And you really want to spin out that engine to get the power here. Ah, there we go. Destination. I kept looking for what button I gotta press, and there we go, finally. I didn't even see this whole touchpad thing. Woo! Play with a mouse. This is cool. This car definitely has some cool touches to it. Holds the road really nicely, I gotta say. It's very planted, very stable. Let's go to comfort again, to normal. Not sure if this affects the suspension in any way, but in normal mode it still feels super nice. No, there's not gonna be any space here. My seat also turns on the eco mode automatically too. also like how the display becomes like yellowish when you approach the red line. It gives you that performance feel. Sounds wonderful. This can definitely be a more fun alternative than your normal 4-cylinder engine. Manual mode here is super fun. You can like just spin it out to red line. And he got one. There you go. Wow. Yep, he was gonna get someone. See, a lot of people here don't understand the concept of what the left lane is. Left lane is for passing, not to cruise in it. And you try to pass and they will just sit in those lanes forever. But back to the topic of the IS350. I think it drives great on the freeway. It has excellent power, plenty of pull, and it feels very comfortable and stable at speed. So if you're going 90 or more, the car feels very planted and secure. It doesn't feel like it wants to, you know, like wobble or anything. It's very planted, has a German driving feel. Thank you, sir. See, it's nice when people are respectful and they just get out of the way. If people did that, there'd be so much less tailgating, so much less road rage. But yeah, I do love this IS350 in terms of the seats. The pedals here, like my leg feels tired after 20 minutes of driving. Again, this would be a deal breaker for me right here. This pimple on the side of the driver's tunnel. My only negative concern about this car. But let's go drive for some more, and we're gonna be wrapping up the test drive once we get back to the local roads. All right, well, to summarize the drive here, I've really enjoyed this IS, and honestly everything here would have just been absolutely perfect if not for that lump on the tunnel. Again, like I said, this is my only concern with this car. Also, it doesn't really like bumps too much. You see, we're going over a road that is not even that bad, but you can feel the whole cabin just like shaking like this. So definitely sportier suspension. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it can get tiring. But overall, I gotta say, if you're okay with this tunnel here next to your right leg, great car, plenty good, very enjoyable. I liked it. I sure liked it. Well, this today summarizes our test drive. I gotta say, I really had a great time driving this Lexus. Had a lot of fun. Also forgot to mention the brakes feel here are also very good. So great machine, plenty fun to drive. But make sure to let me know in the comments down below, what would you get, this, the 330i, or maybe the M340 or the S4? Like I said, for the money, this is a really cool car, and I'm sure you could snatch a really good deal on them too. And they feel great, you know, reliable. You know that this car is going to last for as long as you need it to. It's going to keep its resale value. And the tech, it's pretty old school, but I like it. You know, it kind of takes me back to the, you know, 2010 era where, you know, they have the CDs, the physical buttons. So if you don't want screens, this is your car. Just one small screen, one normal size screen, and everything else is buttons. Touchpad, everything is physical. Physical shifter. Great vehicle for those who like to keep it old school. And the better part here is that the gas mileage is not bad. You know, throughout our whole drive, you know, I was driving actively in a couple of places, not just cruising at 55 the whole time. And still, the range hasn't really dropped that much. It's still a full tank. You know, in other cars, if I drove like this, if I took, per se, a Tesla Model S out there and I drove like I drove this, we come back with 30% less charge at the very least 30%, maybe even 40% loss. But here, still a full tank. Maybe lost, what, 25, 30 miles of range? And that's with the AC blasting, hot day, and an active driving style. So again, great vehicle. I definitely recommend it, but make sure that you feel comfortable driving this and you're not distracted by that lump on the tunnel of the driver's next to the driver's leg. But definitely check this car out when you're doing your shopping in this segment. This car is definitely worth its price tag. It's a great performer. But make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and till next time.